Hello viewers, welcome to Ruth-Wobility platform. Ruth-Wobility platform is a platform that tells you the story as it is. Um, we are based in Eugene, and Eugene is one of those cities in the state of Oregon. And Eugene have all the beautiful things you can find around all the 50 states. We have the beautiful beaches. We have breweries, the best breweries in the entire United States. When you visit Eugene, you get the gist of what we are saying. So we are not going to talk about Eugene only today. We are going to talk about one of a great talents that we do have here in Eugene. And you are going to discover it for yourself. You're going to hear wonderful stories because that is what Ruth-Wobility platform is all about. So fellow viewers, get the gist out of this show. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm very fine. Thank you for accepting to be at the Ruth-Wobility platform.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. I'm excited.
Yeah. Who are you?
My name's Ila Rose, and I have lived in Eugene my whole life, and I'm an artist. And so as I've grown in Eugene, I've become a local artist in Eugene, and I've painted murals throughout the city and contributed my art to the community, and the community has supported me as an artist.
Yeah, so nice to hear that. And you know, it is difficult to have talents and great talents like that. What has actually kept you going despite all the challenges that we face right now?
Well, let's see, so many things. I mean, art has always been my calling. I have family here, so as you know, we've talked before this interview. I have my mom lives here, and my sister, who's disabled, lives in Eugene, and she's one big reason that I stay here as well. And family and art are really two great things that keep me going for sure.
Yeah, I see that. And you know, it is really challenging to see youth of our generation really being focused and stay into their job. So what can you really like say is your spirit, or that we are moving something that has kept you for this number of years that you've been into art?
Like what you're asking me, what is the spirit that moves me?
Yeah, that really moves you, that keep you, because it's not easy to maintain at the artwork for so long a period.
Yeah, that's a good question, because it is hard to be an artist in a world that hasn't always valued art as a traditional career path. And I would say that what has kept me on it really is that I've been called to do it forever, and I believe that art is transformational. I believe that it's another way for people to communicate about transformation and about growth in when dialogue is so hard and complicated sometimes.
You are able to translate that to artwork.
Yes. I think art is kind of like planting a seed. So people don't always know exactly what it means, but it can elicit emotions that start to change the way somebody might look at the world.
Good. We are so happy to have you to share that part of you. You said you had a sister that have a disability, and that's why that's what have actually kept you here in Eugene. What does she have, and what kind of relationship do you have with her?
She has cerebral or cerebral palsy, depending on who's saying it.
Yeah.
And she was born with that. Over the years, as she's grown, she's developed mental illnesses. And so when she was young and she wasn't mentally ill, she was fully mentally aware and capable in sort of this, disabled body. And then throughout her life, through struggles and experience and depression, she's sort of developed mental illness that has led to things like delusion, and so that's what's going on with her.
Yeah, if you had an opportunity to say what are the challenges you see people like her are facing, what can you really say? What are the challenges you face with her?
Yeah.
And what do you think can be done to really better that situation?
I have so many ideas, but just to start, I think I think, to hit on art and how that might connect, I think that having programs for disabled children throughout school that help them access their creativity and learn to express themselves in a lot of different ways would be helpful. Art programs and music programs in care facilities, bringing music and concerts and things into people's spaces, or programs that get people out. And I know there are some like that, but I really feel that it's good to have more of that in the home. And then also, I think something I've always dreamt of is a nonprofit or a company that is basically like a catering company, or they teach care facilities and they manage the food, the cooking, so that people living in these places have more access to healthier food choices. Because I just fully believe that in holistic medicine, and that it's important for people to have healthy lifestyles to be mentally and emotionally healthy as well, and that's a good starting point.
Oh, sweet. We really appreciate your suggestion, and we know viewers out there, they also have tips, and they know people who can really see that happen in the city of Eugene. And they are watching us, and they're going to send in their questions and suggestions, and who we can tap to see that happens in Eugene. We'll really appreciate and to see how many more things are going to happen as we progress in this our discussion of dialogue, to see how members of the community can really see things improve in any angle, especially when it concerns persons with disability. We would like to ask you again, with this pandemic period, how are you managing? Because art, money, and the pandemic is a whole challenge. How do you carry on with that?
Yeah, well, I am fortunate. I think one of the choices I made in staying in Eugene was because being from Eugene and people watching me grow as an artist has allowed for the community to see me and to support me more. And so in a lot of ways, staying here in a community that nurtured me throughout my growth as a human and watching me grow as an artist, I do have more support and people who know me and want to support me just because they know who I am. And so there's a lot of importance to living within a community in that way that's known you and watch you go and cares about your development. So I feel really supported in that way. And then also, I've just worked so hard at my career that people reach out to me still to do work. So I haven't totally lost all of my opportunities.
Oh, good, good. So if you were able to advise a young youth now in the community and in the community here in Eugene, what kind of advice would you give that youth?
I do advise youth actually quite often, and what I tell most people who are early on in their art making and art working phase is just to do as much as possible. So like if you want to paint murals, you can't just jump into getting paid a lot of money and having a really big wall and having access to everything you need. You have to start with looking for the space you want, asking the person who owns that building if you can work on it, seeing if they can help you pay for the supplies. And you have to start small, and you just have to work hard. And that's a big part of it, is putting in the time, I think, with anything that you want to excel at.
Wow, wow. Thank you so very much. And I hope the members of our communities, the youth of now, they're listening to you, they're getting the gist from an expert, our role model here with mirrors. So they are also going to send tips to you through our YouTube page, and we'll let you know. And whatever that comes up with, we will try to address them as you've always been doing. We are so glad to have you in our community, and subsequently we'll be able to come back to you and tell you what is happening with Ruth-Wobility.
Wonderful. I'm excited, and I'm happy to answer any questions. And I did want to give a shout out to one program that I know of that provides a lot of art opportunities for people with disabilities is OSLP. They have a gallery and a studio space where people can go work and show their art and make money off of it. So I'm sure there are other little programs too, but that is one that's out there.
Good. That's it. Viewers, you get the gist. You know where to go to. Feel free to contact us. We are always by your side. Wobility, here comes, here goes, always in town. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.